Okay, so good day to everyone. This will be our fourth fourth video discussion for the subject accommodation operations and management. And the previous topic that we had is about guest relations and how can we exceed guest expectation and go beyond what is expected of us, no? And well, actually the basics of a quality service, no? And um, the things that we talked about during the last video discussion is applicable in all aspects of the business or on in all kinds of jobs available in the hospitality and tourism industry. And I want you guys to remember that a quality service, uh, hindi lang ito ginagawa ng isang housekeeper, hindi lang siya ginagawa ng isang room attendant, ginagawa siya ng front office staff, ginagawa siya ng food and beverage service staff, particularly the food service attendants and dining managers, restaurant managers. This is done by flight attendants as well. This is done by anyone working in the airport industry, mga mga nagtatrabaho sa field, mga nagtatrabaho sa airplanes, paliparan mismo. Basically, everyone working in the hospitality and tourism industry needs to know about the things that we talked about during the last video discussion. And now that we're going forward with our next video discussion, wherein we will talk about modules number 11, 12, and 13. Naglo-loading siya, okay? Basically, everything that you need to know about housekeeping. And I want you guys to remember that the root of all the root of all the responsibilities being done by everyone, professionals working in the hospitality and tourism industry, is uh, rooted in that quality service mindset, no? So kayo, mga tourism students, my tourism students, if you want to succeed in this industry, you have to take into mind the things that we talked about during the last video discussion. Kasi dito makikita ng mga managers ninyo kung meron kayong potential to become great professionals of the hospitality and tourism someday. If some of you would like to work in, if some of you want like to work in the front office department, that is one thing that you have to consider or to take into mind. If you want to work as a flight attendant someday, FA or steward, airline crew, you also still need to take into consideration the things that we talked about during the last video discussion. And that is all about guest relations, particularly a particularly dito sa part na to, hanggang actually yung mga pinag-usapan natin, positive guest service techniques, importance of handling guest complaints correctly. So, move forward tayo ngayon. Dito tayo sa Housekeeping Department. At pala dito tayo nagsimula. Module number 10. And a few words before I start. As always, it is recommended that you have your modules with you while you study this video. And it is very important as well that you are at your most convenient location or most convenient, most comfortable area. But before studying, I want you guys to be relaxed while studying as much as possible. Sana hindi kayo masyadong overwhelmed with a lot of thoughts. And this video might take too long for you to finish, so I won't force you to finish this in one sitting. Mag-aaral kayo, pwede kayong mag-pause every now and then. Pwede kayong mag-stop at some point if you want to take a break. I suggest you take a break while studying. And ayun, just try your best to absorb information rather than cramming information inside our heads. Kasi doon nagsisimula yung walang pumapasok sa mga utak natin. And mas prone ito for for mental blocks, lalo na pag kayo ay mag-e-exam na next week. So, yun lang naman a few words. Now we're going to officially start with our discussion. We're going to start first with module number 10, organization structure of the housekeeping department. So, before we started this semester, particularly in this subject, I told you guys that rooms division is comprised of two departments, and that is the housekeeping department and the front office department. So, in the previous discussions that we did, we already tackled front office department, particularly different types of rooms, different types of beds, different types of rates, etc. Now, we are going forward with housekeeping department tayo. And housekeeping department is one of the really most essential parts of the hotel. Why? Because a housekeeping department is responsible in taking care of the primary income generating source of a hotel, which is rooms. 'Di ba, ang hotel naman ay rin for accommodations, no, for rooms. And if your room is not beautiful, if your room is not clean, if your room is untidy, unorganized, thrashed, hindi magiging maganda ang stay ng guest ninyo, and your hotel will have a bad reputation. So housekeeping is very important. Keeping the rooms clean, keeping the rooms organized, keeping the rooms well organized, no? So that when the guest comes into the room, he or she will feel that they are getting what they paid for. Na magandang room, magandang accommodation, and comfortable, relaxing. And housekeepers work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Sila po yung non-stop na nagtatrabaho every day. Wala silang hinto, wala silang stop. Of course, pag kayo magtatrabaho sa housekeeping, meron kayong mga day off, syempre, panigurado yan. But the whole operation of the housekeeping department is working all the time. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. For a while. Okay, so sorry for the interruption. Now, let's proceed with the discussion. So yun nga, tulad ng sabi ko, housekeepers will work every day throughout the rest of the year. Not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days per year. Non-stop talaga yan. And because hotel rooms are the main source of income for hotels. Hindi yung view, hindi yung mga amenities, hindi yung food and beverage establishment, kundi yung rooms mismo ang nag-generate ng income for hotels. Kaya kailangan maganda ang pag-aalaga natin sa ating rooms. Okay. So now, let's move forward. Types of housekeeping. I don't really want to discuss this as this is very basic, and actually wala rin masyadong impact ito sa buhay ninyo pag kayo ay nagtrabaho na sa industry natin someday. Well, kaya I will stray away from the types of housekeeping. Pero if you want, madali na naman siyang intindihin, pwede niyo siyang basahin. Main objectives of housekeeping. Number 1, to provide guests the highest quality of service by ensuring their care and comfort through maintaining hotel cleanliness and orderliness at all times. And if you will do this, you should take into consideration yung mga napag-usapan natin doon sa previous video discussion natin about guest relations. We should always put the the needs and wants of our guests first. Dapat yun yung ating palaging inuuna talaga na priority sa lahat ng decisions na gagawin natin. Same thing with housekeeping. To perform cleaning duties and ensure the highest standards of cleanliness and general upkeep in all areas, to use good quality, safe cleaning equipment and chemicals, to provide all the supplies needed by both the guests and different sections in the housekeeping department, such as guest supplies and amenities and employees' uniforms. Hindi lang, ang housekeeping ay hindi lang siya focused sa paglilinis ng kwarto at pag-attend sa mga needs and wants sa mga guests natin related to room service, but also by taking care of employees and taking care of employees such as their uniforms. Believe it or not, housekeeping din po ang nag-aasikaso ng mga uniforms ng employees natin. Depende sa laki ng hotel. Pero we'll talk about it further later on. To manage laundry and linen, to maintain the original aesthetic beauty of the furniture, fittings, and fixtures of the entire hotel. So, to deal with lost and found items, to establish good working relationship and coordination with other departments, and to control pests. Basically, if you will look at the 9 objectives listed here in your modules, ibig sabihin ng talaga nito is to take care of the property of the hotel. Yun po ang main objective ng ating mga housekeeping staff or housekeeping department natin. Taking care of not just the rooms itself, but also the other amenities provided by the hotel to our guests. So yun po. Areas in the housekeeping department. These are the areas wherein you will find housekeepers most of the time. Ito yung parang kanilang pinaka-working station. And of course, we have first the office of the executive housekeeper. Executive housekeeper is yung parang pinaka-head ng housekeeping department. And dito ginagawa yung mga administrative work for the department, such as budget, schedule, requisition, and so on. Dito po ginagawa sa office of the executive housekeeper at ginagawa ng executive housekeeper natin. Next, we have the laundry area. This is where the linens and uniform of the staff are washed, ironed, dry cleaned, and folded. Guests who wish to have their clothes and other linens laundered are also washed here. So laundry area, to be fair and simple, wash area kung saan nalalabhan ang mga damit at mga linens na uniforms na ginagamit ng mga employees and linens na ginagamit for rooms. And if there are guests who wish to have their clothes cleaned or laundered, dito rin po na ginagawa sa laundry area natin. Linen room, where the linen of the hotel are stored to be distributed to the different places in the hotel. So linen room, dapat lahat na nakalagay dito ay malinis na, already washed. Bawal maglagay dito ng stained or yung marumi pa na linen. Diretso dapat siya sa laundry area bago pumunta sa linen room. So dito po naka-store yung mga malilinis na linens na ginagamit natin para mapalitan sa mga rooms. Next, we have here the uniform room. Tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, isa sa mga task ng housekeeping department natin is to make sure that the uniforms of the uniforms of the employees are clean. And this is not the same with all hotels, no. There are other hotels who have their uniforms be given to the employees, and si employee na yung bahala maglaba. Pero pag kayo magtatrabaho sa mga malalaking hotels, meron to, no, uniform room. And ito yung unang-una mong pupuntahan pag kayo ay magla-login or pag kayo ay nakapag-time in na or pag nakapasok na kayo ng hotel vicinity. Isang napakalaking napakalaking room, tapos may para siyang yung registrar natin sa baba, except na yung glass window panel doon is iisang glass window panel lang, tapos malaki lang siya, malaking room sa loob, tapos nandun lahat ng uniforms. Tapos sabi mo dun sa sa uniform staff kung anong department ka nagtatrabaho at kung anong size ang kukunin mo. Tapos sila na magbibigay sa'yo ng uniform na yon. And yun, naalala ko lang nung dati nag-work pa ako sa hotel, kaya um, reminiscing. So yun, uniform room. Next, we have here the housekeeping supplies store. Dito naman, naka-store lahat ng mga kailangan nating gamitin to clean the guest rooms. And nandito yung mga chemicals, nandito yung mga additional na amenities na pwede natin ilagay sa mga guest room pag malinis na. Like say for example, new set of toiletries, new set of toilet papers, clean towels, clean blankets, and so on and so forth. Mga malilinis na gamit na malilinis na gamit na nilalagay sa mga rooms pag malinis na. Lost and found area, I think I don't have to reiterate this much. Lost and found is where all the items left or lost by the guests are stored. So yeah. In bigger hotels, the following areas may also be available. We have tailor room, wherein dito nagkakaroon ng alterations doon sa mga damit ng mga guests natin. Uniforms of the employees as well, pwede dito ipa-alter. Pwedeng magkaroon ng pag napunit, pwedeng itahi, stitch, repair, and given other mending services. We also have flower room. Hindi ko na to naabutan, no? Yung flower room. Pero in some hotels they have flower room wherein dito ina-arrange yung mga flowers na di-display sa mga public areas and VIPs na hotel natin. Next, now that we have tackled the areas concerned by the housekeeping department, we will now talk about the whole organizational structure of the housekeeping department. And it will start at the top most part of the structure, which is covered by the executive housekeeper. An executive housekeeper heads the entire housekeeping department and ensures that the department functions and performs well in the hotel. So basically, just like any other heads, ang pinaka-function talaga niya is to ensure that the department is functioning well, ensure that the department is functioning well, and when it comes to the main responsibilities of executive housekeeper, dito po lumalabas yung decision making process niya. If you remember, in operations management, we have 3 kinds of operations. We have yung top level operations, and then yung top level processes, operational processes, and support processes. So si executive housekeeper nakalagay siya doon sa top level processes natin. Next, we have here the assistant executive housekeeper. Based from the term itself, siya yung assistant ng ating executive housekeeper, and ang primary objective niya or primary responsibility niya is to foresee overall cleanliness, condition, sanitation, comfort, and ambience of the hotel. Kung sa executive housekeeper ang kanyang pinaka responsibility is for the decision making process or decision making ng department natin, si assistant executive housekeeper naman, siya yung naka-assign sa pag-supervise overall lahat ng ginagawa ng housekeeping department natin. Aside from that, he or she is also responsible in training new members of the department, establish and model the new standard operating procedures for cleaning and decorating, and responsible in monitoring regular inventory of guests, supplies, linen, housekeeping equipment, and property, etc., etc. So, basically, supervises and monitors and training. Yun ang ginagawa ng assistant executive housekeeper natin. And then we have here different kinds of supervisors. First, we have here the floor supervisor. responsible for issuing keys to room attendants, coordinate floor operations, and tray clearance with room operation. Basically, lahat ng ginagawa sa mga si floor supervisor, siya yung may hawak sa mga housekeeping staff that are responsible in cleaning the rooms of the hotels. When it comes to public areas naman, si public area supervisor naman ang responsible, such as lobby, lifts, parking, swimming pool, coffee shop, conference hall, banquet halls, and restaurant, etc. So, ang pinagkaiba nila, si floor supervisor, siya po yung nakalagay, o siya po yung supervisor dun sa mga housekeeping staff that are responsible in cleaning the rooms of the hotel. Public area supervisor naman is responsible for housekeeping staff that are assigned in public areas. And night supervisor naman, basically from the term itself, pagdating sa gabi, siya yung bahala sa lahat ng mga gawain ng housekeeping department natin, whether in public areas man yan, whether in floor, dun sa mismo rooms, or kung saan man yan, basta pagdating sa gabi, where things are a little bit slower than usual, night supervisor po ang nakatoka. Next is uniform supervisor. Nakalagay dyan, provides clean, iron, fresh uniform to the hotel staff, suggests procurement of any uniforms required. So kung meron mga kailangan pa nabilhin na additional uniforms, siya po ang nakabahala, si uniform supervisor. Check repaired linens from tailor room and keeps track of number and condition of uniforms. So, basically sa pag-oversee at pag-supervise ng uniform room, si uniform supervisor po yung nakalagay. And then si linen supervisor naman, siya naman ngayon yung responsible dun sa mga linens na ginagamit natin, overseeing and supervising the staff that are responsible in the linen area, specifically in the linen room and dun sa laundry room natin. Uniform attendant, based from the term itself, siya po yung nagbibigay at tumatanggap ng mga uniforms. Nagbibigay ng uniforms sa mga empleyado at sa kanya rin sinusurrender yung mga uniforms na gamit na. And yung mga gamit na uniforms, diretso yun dapat sa laundry area natin. Ensure that the uniforms are properly placed in the conveyor. Next, we have the linen attendant, segregates dirty linen according to its types, keeps track of linen, stacks linen according to its uses. Guest room attendant, ito na yung pinaka housekeeping room attendant natin. Yung mga aware naman na kayo siguro sa mga ginagawa nila, nag-aayos ng rooms, making sure that the rooms are clean, and etc. Store attendant, siya naman yung responsible dito sa room na ito. Si housekeeping supply store, siya yung responsible doon na i-supervise at i-monitor yung mga nahihiram, yung mga kinukuha na gamit, responsible for the inventory of supplies doon sa housekeeping store natin para ma-make sure natin na enough yung mga gamit na nandun. Keeps the count of cleaning equipment and items, and responsible in generating requisition to purchase the required materials. Public area attendant, they should keep the public areas in best maintained status. Areas covered, parking, lobby, lifts, and corridors. And some establishments call them environmental services attendant. So, para lang mas maging mas elegant yung kanyang pangalan. And then lastly, we have here the night shift attendants. Basically, same thing with the night shift supervisor. Lahat ng ginagawa ng public area, ng uniform, ng linen, ng guest room attendants, ganun din ang ginagawa ng night shift attendants natin. Performs housekeeping duties during nighttime. Basically, that's it. So, yun. Mga different job positions ng housekeeping department natin. qualities of a housekeeping staff. Of course, this is not just applicable for housekeeping staff, but also in your day-to-day lives. No, personal hygiene and appearance is very important. With high degree of personal hygiene, of course, kailangan lagi kang malinis, nails are trimmed. Guys, hindi lang ito sa housekeeping staff ha, pero basically in all areas of hospitality and tourism industry, dapat lagi tayong may proper hygiene at maganda ang ating appearance palagi. Mukha tayong malinis at mukha tayong presentable all the time. Interpersonal skills, dapat marunong tayong makisama sa mga tao. Again, hindi ko alam kung ilang beses ito sinabi sa inyo, pero working in the industry of hospitality and tourism, dito talaga kayo matututo kung paano makisalamuha sa iba't ibang klase ng tao. So, it's important that you know how to do this skill kasi more or less gagawin nyo talaga ito pag kayo nagtrabaho na sa hospitality and tourism industry natin. Next, we have communication skills. Guys, very important talaga ito. Para sa mga mahihiyain magsalita, I suggest na ngayon pa lang po ay mag-practice tayo ng communication skills natin. Kasi hindi lang naman sa trabaho sa industry natin makakatulong ang communication skills. If you're planning to apply for jobs in different industries, talagang maganda kung meron kang maayos na communication skills. Next, we have here personal skills and traits. These are all ano naman no, para personal preference na lang ito ng staff natin. Pero again, I like you to consider that the qualities of a housekeeping staff is also inclined dun sa previous video discussion natin about guest relations. Of course, since sabi nga natin, it is not enough that we achieve guest satisfaction. It is not enough that we stop at that. We should always try to go beyond guest satisfaction and achieve guest delight. Now, how can you achieve guest delight if you don't have any personal hygiene for yourself? If you don't know how to yun nga, yung pakikisama sa iba't ibang klase ng tao. If you don't know how to communicate well, how can you achieve guest delight? So again, naka-ankla pa rin talaga siya doon sa previous video discussion natin about guest relations. Same thing with the rules for housekeepers. Always take into mind yung mga pinag-usapan natin doon sa previous video discussion natin, that we should always try to exceed what is expected of us to do by the guests now. So, yan nga, enter the floor properly groomed, refrain from speaking with other staff unless necessary, very important. Guys, pag kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa industry natin, dapat hindi tayo masyadong makita ng ikipagdaldalan sa mga kapwa nating katrabaho. Pwede naman siguro pag hindi tayo nakikita ng mga guest natin. Pero kung nakikita tayo ng mga guest natin, dapat hindi tayo masyadong nakikipag-usap sa kanila. Walk properly and professionally in the hotel premises. Again, if you cannot do this, you cannot achieve guest delight. Knock the guest room doors using knuckles. Keys and coins or other articles must not be used. The reason for this is para maiwasan natin yung pag-damage sa hotel property natin. Kung keys, coins, or other articles man yan, baka mamaya magkaroon ng cracks or dents doon sa room or doon sa door natin at baka mamaya masira at masisipa tayo sa mga damages. So just to be safe, let's just use our knuckles. Ito. Ating mga kamako. Or ito. Yan. No eating or drinking while cleaning. Break hours must be observed religiously. Eating or drinking while cleaning, guys. Kaya nga kayo naglilinis di ba? Para maging malinis yung isang station or isang lugar. Bakit ka kakain? Bakit ka iinom dun sa area na yun? Eh di ang mangyayari niyan, parang dinudumihan mo lang ulit yung nililinis mo. Kaya pag break time lang, saka lang tayo pwedeng kumain. Saka lang tayo pwedeng uminom ng tubig. Ay, syempre pag inom ng tubig, pwede naman yung gawin. Pero at your convenient time na lang. Huwag mo nang gawin habang naglilinis ka or habang nasa loob ka ng room ng isang guest natin. Respect the privacy of the guest at all times, guys. Again, no? Nakaangkla pa rin siya doon sa guest delight natin na sinasabi. And wherever there's a chance to speak to the guest in his room, the housekeeping attendant must stand outside the guest room. Yun. Always keep the guest room doors open, always be cautious, and some other stuff here that are that I think are a little bit necessary for you guys to already know. Pwede nyo na lang siyang basahin. Pero again, sinasabi ko lang lahat ng ito ay nakaangkla doon sa pinag-usapan natin. Lahat ng ito ay nakaangkla doon sa pinag-usapan natin about guest relations. Tandaan nyo, palagi, guests are already expecting something from us, and it is okay to meet those expectations. But if you can still go beyond the expected standards of the guests, better talaga yan. So ayan, standards of good housekeeping. Cleanliness. I think when it comes to cleanliness, if you know in mind na kailangan you know how to serve the guests properly. Alam mo kung paano mo lilinisin ng maayos, no, yung kwarto natin. Syempre, keeping in mind guest satisfaction and guest delight, you won't clean the room half dirty. Palagi yan, kung nasa isip mo, guest satisfaction and guest delight, gagawin mo na maayos yung paglilinis ng kwarto na yan. Gagawin mo na maayos in orderliness fashion. You will sanitize everything, the whole area, and first and foremost talaga, your priority is the guest comfort and convenience. And some other things here that are listed, pero I don't want you to memorize these things, no? Kasi again, tulad ng sabi ko, lahat naman kasi talaga ng ito ay nakaangkla doon sa guest service guest relations natin na pinag-uusapan. Eye appeal, safety, materials control and preventive maintenance, all of this are things that you should do as professionals in the hospitality and tourism industry while taking into mind yung pinag-usapan natin na guest satisfaction and guest delight. Ito kasi mga bagay na ito, kaya ayoko masyadong tinuturo ito ng in-depth or yung sobra-sobrang minute detail. Kasi pagdating natin sa industry at kayo ay magtatrabaho na sa mga hotels or sa mga different accommodation establishments, iba-iba naman kasi ang standard operating procedures nila. Iba-iba yung SOPs nila. And you have to relearn again these kinds of things para alam mo kung paano mo gagawin na maayos yung trabaho mo doon sa hotel na yon. Kaya ako, ang gusto kong ituro sa inyo is kung gaano ka-importante yung, again, yung sa guest relations natin, na not just achieving guest satisfaction but going beyond what is expected of us to do and achieving guest delight. Lahat kasi ng ito, guys, nakaangkla doon, promise. As long as you know how to keep in mind yon, yung guest needs or should be prioritized. You should always know how to meet the expectation of the guest and even going beyond what is expected of us. Next, now, ito naman, parating dito sa motion number 11, dito ko kayo mas gustong mag-memorize ng konting-konti lang equipments and tools in the housekeeping department. Ginagamit ito to clean and sanitize the environment. Guests and staff are protected from possible diseases. Cleaning equipments comes in varying sizes, shapes, voltages, and usages. Again, these are general cleaning equipments and tools that are used in the housekeeping department. Pero again, no, iba-iba pa rin talaga yan sa kada hotel. Some hotels have this kind of equipment while some establishments have this kind of equipment. But still, it is nice to know that you have this general idea of how these kinds of tools and equipments work. No, so let's proceed. Floor cleaning equipment. So first one is floor cleaning equipment. We have vacuum cleaner, guys. I think you guys are already familiar with this, so I won't really delve into much. Vacuum cleaner, floor polisher. Ito yung nakikita nyo na paikot-ikot pag, pag sa mga floors, no? Pinapolish niya yung floors, scrubbing, stripping, and polishing hard floor surfaces, and also vinyl and wood parquet, etc. Carpet sweeper, um, to keep this very short and very simple, para lang siyang para siyang dustpan at walis in one. So press the handle and push towards the dirt to vacuum sweep the carpet. Na-use sa carpet siya. Hydro vacuum, dito mas ginagamit kasi yung dito parang vacuum siya na gumagamit ng tubig, and kinagamit ito to clean carpets, especially yung mga mahihirap talaga linisin kasi malakas siyang humigop ng tubig. Kaya parang in a way, pag ginamit mo siya na hydro vacuum cleaner doon sa sofa man yan or doon sa carpet ninyo, madali makukuha yung mga wet stuff, yung mga tubig and yung mga sabon-sabon. Next, we have here the carpet extractor and carpet dryer. These are things na hindi naman talaga ganun madalas nakikita sa mga hotels natin. Siguro makikita to sa mga mamahalin, sa mga mas malalaking hotels. Pero hindi hanggang dito lang yung nakita kong ginagamit yung hydro vacuum cleaner. Pero okay, let's do with carpet extractor. This extractor is used when the carpet is heavily soiled. It penetrates into the inner surfaces of the carpet and removes embedded soil or dirt. So para siyang hydro vacuum cleaner din, pero it works in dry use lang dapat siya, and para pa rin siyang vacuum cleaner na mas malakas siyang humigop. Carpet dryer, to be used for drying carpet after extraction. It expedites drying by about 50%. So nag-absorb din siya ng tubig at yan, nag-expedite siya, pinapabilis niya yung drying process ng mga carpets natin. Floor cleaning tools, you guys are familiar of this already. Floor mop, yung mga mop na nakikita nyo. Mop wringer, yung panglaban ng mop at pag-dry niya. Floor windows squeegee, ito favorite gamitin to ng mga ng mga housekeeping staff kasi napaka sarap yung gamitin pag naglilinis ka ng window. Tapos isang swipe mo lang ng ganyan, parang naging sobrang linis na ng ng bintana. Pero ayan, it is used to remove excess water from surfaces, especially sa mga windows natin. Soft broom and stick broom. Soft broom is for fine and flat surfaces, and stick broom is ideal for rough surfaces like grounds. So basically walis. Dust mop, to be used to dust mop the floor during follow-up cleaning. Ito yung parang ginagamit pag dry dry mop lang siya, tapos nag-absorb siya ng alikabok. Caution sign, madalas na nakikita yan to alert people, to warn people about existing wet floors and other stuff. Other cleaning tools and materials, room boys cart. Ito yung nakikita niya tinutulak ng mga housekeeping department natin. No, not just in hotels but also in other aspects of housekeeping, especially sa mga janitors natin. Nakikita niyo meron silang mga tinutulak na carts. Ito yon, and ang laman yan usually ay mga gamit to replenish the stuff that are included in your room. Like say for example, yung mga toiletries, sabon, shampoo, kumot, linen, towels, Dito nakalagay yan para ano. Chemicals na ginagamit ng mga housekeeping staff natin sa paglinis, dito rin nakalagay sa room boys cart. Caddy box, para siyang, paano ko ba pa sabihin to? Sa room boy cart, nandyan yung mga caddy boxes, and pag si floor at pag si housekeeping staff natin ay merong kailangan puntahan na area, yun ang dinadala niya, imbes na dinadala niya yung buong cart. Dinadala niya yung caddy box, at dinadala niya yung mga kailangan lang niyang dalhin, like chemicals, and towels man yan, panglinis, and so on and so forth. Next is we have here scouring pads. Scouring pads, dusting cloths, cleaning towels, polishing cloths, all of these are all towels na pwede nyo gamitin pang punas. Pero, meron siyang iba't ibang klase ng gamit at iba't ibang klase ng yari. Scouring pads, specifically, ginagamit ito ng mga housekeeping departments natin to clean, no, specific areas of the room, and color coordinated din siya. Pag green, for scrubbing purposes only. White is for cleaning painted surfaces and glass mirrors and porcelains. Other times, mas marami pang kulay ang ginagamit natin dyan. Meron minsan gumagamit ng pink, minsan may gumagamit din ng blue. Depende kung ano yung standard operating procedures ng hotel ninyo. Dusting cloths naman, ito hindi to binabasa yung dusting cloths natin. Ito yung panglinis ng mga ng mga alikabok sa mga wooden furnitures or wooden areas natin. Cleaning towels naman, used for drying bathroom walls and floor tiles after they are cleaned. So, ang pinaka-use ng cleaning towels natin ay para sa mga banyo. And polishing cloths naman, used for polishing metal surfaces like bathroom fixtures. So, si cleaning towels, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin for polishing metal surfaces. Si polishing cloth naman, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin as a scouring pad. So, you should know what type of towel or cloth you can use to clean surfaces of the hotel. And again, nakadepende ito sa standard operating procedures ng hotel natin. Not all hotels has scouring pads, dusting cloths, cleaning towels, and polishing cloths. Ang gusto ko lang sabihin dito sa inyo ay make sure that before you use a specific cloth for your housekeeping duty, alam mo kung para saan yung gagamitin mong cloth na iyon. Hand brushes, dusters, toilet bowl brush, ceiling brooms, and I think these are all pretty much self-explanatory. This brush is meant for brushing away dust from rough surfaces such as rattan. Wickerwork dusters naman is para sa mga ito yung para sa mga hindi na rough surfaces na nakalagay dito. Same thing siya ng gamit sa hand brushes, pero dusters are often used in furnitures and fixtures sa isang kwarto. And then toilet bowl brush, you guys are already familiar with this, I think. Ginagamit ko to paglinis. Ginagamit natin to paglinis ng inodoro. Ceiling brooms used sa cobwebs natin, sa mga ceilings natin. Grouting brush, ito yung para sa grout dun sa in-between, diba? Panakita nyo yung mga tiles natin, meron siya yung mga sa gitna, yung mga pagitan nila. Ito yung ginagamit pang linis. And then, oilers to be applied in hinges of doors to prevent squeaking sounds from the door. Tingin ko naman, ewan ko kung nakagamit na kayo na to, pero ako gumamit ako na to sa bahay, sa pintuan namin, pintuan ng kwarto ko, para hindi siya masyadong maingay, no, pag binubuksan. Kasi ang primary reason kaya nagkakaroon ng ganung klaseng ingay is because of the friction of two metals. So if you will put oil in those two metals, mas magiging smooth ang kanilang operation, o kanilang pag-twist. Daming gamit, no? Napakadaming gamit ng housekeeping natin, pero these are all pretty much self-explanatory. You guys know how to use tongs, tongs are used to pick up dirt and cigarette butts found in ashtrays. Hindi ginagamit, merong syempre ibang klase ang tongs na ginagamit ng housekeeper compared sa tongs na ginagamit sa kitchen and sa other food-related products natin. Of course, yung tongs na ito, mas malaki siya at mas mahaba. And nakita niyo yung sa dulo niya, ito, yung dulo ng tongs na ito, para siyang merong mga pads para malakas yung kapit nung mga nung mga ipipick up mo. Minsan kasi meron kang mga pick up diyan na mga strange na mga gamit na basa or wet or slippery. And kung ang gamit mo dyan is yung regular tongs na ginagamit sa mga hotels, baka madulas. Ay, ginagamit sa mga kitchen, baka lang siya dumulas. Kaya yung dulo niya, meron siyang parang pads. Ito. Ito actually, ito yung dulo niya. Meron siyang parang um, it is designed to help you pick up things that are slippery and wet. Next, we have your sponges used for cleaning fine surfaces. Uh, pag masyadong kailangan ng pag ang lililinis ninyong lugar ay masyadong kailangan ng basa na paglilinis, hindi mo na kailangan basain ng sobra itong scouring pad mo. Gumamit ka na lang ng sponge kasi ang sponge po mas nakaka-absorb yan ng tubig at mas madaling linisin kesa dun sa mga scouring pads na ginagamit natin. Putty knife and scrapers, ginagamit siya sa mga pagsascrape ng mga dirts and candles, mga wax na nakalagay sa floors. Specifically for scraping dirt. Ito mas madalas ko nakikita ginagamit to for scraping dirt. Dun sa mga nakikita nyo na parang imposible nang matanggal ng pagmamap. Doon mo na lang tatanggapin by using scrapers. Portable stairs, guys, from the term itself, it is a portable stair wherein you can try to reach high areas to prevent accidents. Insect sprayers, ginagamit to fight off pests, to eliminate pests, no? Usually sa mga hotels, hindi na ito ginagawa ng mga housekeepers kasi they usually big hotels hire outside pest control services. Tapos sila na yung bahalang mag-control ng mga pest ninyo doon sa hotel. So yun. Hand gloves, guys, very important that you should always wear gloves to protect you as the cleaner against contamination during the cleaning process. We have here next goggles. Of course, you are handling dangerous chemicals while cleaning, so you need your eyes to be protected at all times. Trash receptacles and with plastic liners for disposal of trash, no? Cleaning chemicals. Cleaning chemicals, I don't want you to be stressed too much with this as well. Alam ko naman na kayo ay mga tourism students and most likely you will not be able to encounter these kinds of chemicals. Pero kayo, I want you guys to read it so that you can just have a general idea of what kinds of chemicals does the housekeeping staff use. Yung mga stripping chemicals na yan, sealing chemicals. Ang importante dito ay degreaser. May madalas na nakikita ko. Degreaser, stripping chemical, solvent hindi. Buffing solution, pwede. Disinfectants, wood polish. I won't bore you too much with all these chemicals. And ayan. Ito kasi mga bagay na ito para sa akin, no. I don't want to put too much information on your brains, especially with the procedures tulad na ito, yung mga procedure na ginagawa niyan, cleaning standards, general rules in the use of cleaning equipments, and all of these other chemicals. These are all things kasi na nagva-vary from one hotel to another. promise, ako na nagsasabi sa inyo, pag kayo ay magtatrabaho sa different kinds of hotels, meron silang iba't ibang SOP, iba't ibang standard operating procedure. Some hotels may use degreaser, other hotels may not. Some hotels may use sealing chemicals, other hotels may not. Some hotels may use insect sprayer. Some hotels may use um, scrapers or portable stairs. Other hotels may not. Kaya ako sinasabi sa inyo itong mga to para magkaroon kayo ng general idea lang kung ano siya, kung ano yung mga kailangan ninyong malaman. Pero other things such as yung mga yung cleaning standards na ito, these are things that varies from one hotel to another. So, ayoko nang ngayon pa lang na binabombard ko sa itong karaming information. And I want us to move forward na dito sa ating next methods and procedures in room cleaning. And actually, to better give you an idea on the whole procedure of the hotel, I have here 2 videos that you can watch para makita ninyo yung general procedure na ginagawa ng isang housekeeper. I have here one video that is quick and easy to follow, pero wala siyang audio, so wala siyang explanation. And I have here another video which is halos doble ng minutes siya, pero meron siyang mga explanation. So I will have this video link presented in the post, pero ito yung papanoorin natin. So I want you guys to watch this. So number 1, step by step siya ha. First step niya is about the yung cart na sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung room boy cart, and pagpasok or pag-enter ng guest room. Different chemicals that you can use for you to clean your areas, pero titingnan nyo, etong mga chemicals na ito ay iba sa mga chemicals na gagamitin dito sa video na ito. So dito pala nakikita nyo na yung variation na sinasabi ko. Gloves, toilet bag, garbage bags, and different colors of cloths. Ayan. Nakikita nyo diba? Nagre-ready siya. Nire-ready niya yung gamit dun sa cart niya. Pasok na siya. Ayan, very important that while cleaning the inside of the room, the door should always be kept open. The first thing she does is to have the room well lit. Binuksan niya yung bintana at binuksan din niya yung mga ilaw. Next, ang kanyang gagawin ngayon, ang next na priority natin sa housekeeping after having your having the room well lit is to clean the bathroom. Ito yung unang-unang priority ng housekeeping staff natin. This naman is because of the chemical that is used in cleaning the bathroom. Meron kasi mga chemical, meron tayong mga harmful chemicals na dapat ina-apply natin directly doon sa mga surface areas ng mga bathrooms natin, not directly doon sa mga cloth na gagamitin natin. Kasi baka mamaya magkaroon ng magkaroon ng reaction sa kamay natin or magkaroon ng reaction somewhere sa mga balat natin. So dapat directly siya ina-apply sa mga surface areas ng bathroom. Bawal din sa mga areas kung saan most likely hahawakan ng mga guests natin kasi nga baka magkaroon ng harmful reaction sa kanila. So dapat directly lang tayo doon sa sink. Kasi sink naman, hindi naman hinahawakan ng guest natin, di ba? Diretso naman yan na nalilinis ng mga tubig. Sinasabi nito na yung chemicals na gagamitin natin to clean the areas of the bathroom of the bathroom, dapat hindi natin siya masyadong ini-scrub. We keep it or leave it over time so that automatically mamamatay na lang yung mga bacteria nandun. Ang next naman na kailangan niyang gawin is to fix the bed. Fix the bed to check for bed bugs. Kailangan muna tanggalin lahat ng mga bedsheet. Kasi tingnan nyo, ayan, nilarub niya yung gilid ng kama para ma-check natin kung meron doon mga bed bugs or mga termites na naninirahan. So next na gagawin niya is tanggalin lahat ng pruweba ng previous guest na nagstay siya doon. Like say for example, yung mga dumi niya, yung mga basura, etc. Okay. So, dito sinasabi niya na since magkaiba ang chemicals na ginamit doon sa bathroom at iba ang chemicals na gagamitin sa paglinis ng mga furnitures or yung mga ginagamit ng guest natin, magkaiba rin yung procedure niya. Since mas malakas ang chemical na ginagamit natin sa paglinis ng mga bathroom areas, doon hindi natin kailangan punasan or i-wipe. Pero ito, kailangan pinupunas natin muna directly doon sa cloth na gagamitin natin kasi baka mamaya pag in-spray natin directly doon sa surface ng mga wood surfaces natin or kahit anong surface man yan sa loob ng kwarto ay magkaroon ng damage at magkaroon ng reaction ulit. So mas maganda na medyo light lang ang pag-apply natin ng chemical na ito with the use of a cloth. Na siya nagpupunas kahit yung telepono pinupunasan din. Sinasabi ko sa inyo na there are other hotels na naka-color coded yung mga cloth na ginagamit nila according sa use. Bed making. Again, make sure na yung ginagamit mong cloth ay tama. Iba ang cloth na gagamitin mo sa paglinis ng mga basic furnitures and amenities outside the room. Iba rin ang cloth na gagamitin mo sa paglinis ng mga window areas at ng mga areas na nakalagay doon sa bathroom natin. Nakita nyo naman, di ba? Blue ang towel na ginamit niya sa paglinis ng windows, ng mga mirrors, while yellow naman ang ginamit niya to clean surfaces. After leaving for some time, yung chemicals na nilagay natin doon, pwede na siyang ngayon i-wipe down kasi nagawa na yung pinaka purpose ng chemical niya. Iba rin ang cloth na gagamitin sa toilets. Yung pag-replenish ng mga gamit na dapat na existing doon sa room. Last step. Yun. So, I think dito na magtatapos yung yung video discussion natin. And I hope kahit paano meron kayo na tutunan na idea about the general overview of the housekeeping department. And madali lang naman talaga siya isipin, pero housekeeping department is one of the essential departments in the hotel. So as long as you have an idea on how this works, you are okay with working in the hospitality and tourism industry. I promise. So for our exam, siguro, I want you guys to focus on the organizational structure of the housekeeping department, particularly the areas in the housekeeping department, baka isama ko ito. Areas, and then ito yung organizational structures ng housekeeping department natin. Isasama ko ito sa exam. And then, wala na akong isasama ng equipments. Siguro, hindi na. Kasi these are all pretty much self-explanatory naman na. And pagdating sa procedure natin, again, there is not one solid procedure when it comes to housekeeping. Palagi ang iba-iba from each hotel that you will work with. So, at least you have a general overview of how the housekeeping staff works. Pero mag-send ako sa inyo ng isa pang video like this na mas in-depth kung gusto niyo mas matutunan pa kung ano nga ba yung ginagawa ng housekeeping natin. And dito, mas nakalagay yung step-by-step procedure sa paggawa ng bed making natin. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much and I'll see you soon. Thank you, guys.